Leo, great to be here with you again. You're the founder of Hack Belgium Labs, and really excited to talk to you about open innovation and all things Hack Healthcare.
Thanks very much. It's good to see you again. It's been a while.
And let's start right into it. Innovation, open innovation versus innovation. What's the difference?
Well, the classical innovation is companies keeping their cards close to their chest, doing their thing in isolation and developing whatever new things they do inside the house. Open innovation is engaging outside resources, so working with the customers, working with the suppliers, working with the government, working with the public in various models, working with all of them together in various ways to do more than what any one company can do. And that's really the basics of it. There's thousands of models for it, there's a lot of options for it, but it all boils down to open up the doors and work with other people.
One of the things I really appreciated about your organization, Leo, is your ability to bring all these partners together. So shifting gears to partnership, in your view, what does a good partner look like?
It's a very good question. The first thing that we look for in a good partner is clarity. A partner needs to know what they want to get out of the collaboration, both in the short term and in the long term. Not only the main things, but also all the ancillary things. So it's not only the getting practical things in place, practical innovation projects started, but also the communications value can be extracted from this hackathon. The second thing we look for in a partner is, well, trust, for lack of a better word. We've seen hackathons work. We've seen hackathons produce results. We've done, I think, over 30 of them. And we know that, but unfortunately our partners have to take it on trust that the results will be there, that the methodology we've developed over the past 10 years, that the ecosystem we've built up over the past, again, 10 years, they will deliver results. The last thing we're looking for in a partner is open-mindedness. So being able to see an opportunity for what it is, to recognize an opportunity when it comes your way, and say, yep, that's as good as it's going to get. Let's figure out what we can do with that.
Yeah, so clarity, trust, and open-mindedness. Wonderful. What's your vision for what Hack Belgium could be in the next 5 years and how it could contribute to the ecosystem here?
Well, we are building a sort of a public sandbox for innovation,
right.
A safe place where you can go and be as creative as you possibly can without thinking for just those 2 days a year, without thinking about the organizational constraints that you usually face. Let's not think about the budgets, let's not think about what technology can do, let's not think about how regulation is going to stifle any potential innovation. That's not the case. That's not always the case that these constraints will afterwards apply, but if we don't forget about these constraints for a couple of days, we will not be able to get to leaps of imagination that we really need to get things done in healthcare. So that's why we appreciate the partnership with Roche, is because we've seen the trust and we've seen this preparedness to build this sandbox with us. Yeah. It's not a one-time thing, it's not a 2 years or even 3 years.
Yeah, and we've benefited from that mutual trust and that mutual sandbox as well. So we know why hackathons are important, but Leo, why Hack Healthcare?
Well, healthcare is a very complex industry, and it's riddled with silos and the not admitted here syndrome. In a hackathon, we can suspend for just the 2 days the barriers that exist between the silos, and we can open things up, and we can get people from a hospital work directly with people from a pharma company just for these 2 days to come up with breakthrough ideas. And actually hacking it is necessary because the existing system is so complex. If we don't look for solutions outside of the current framework, current way of thinking, we're never going to get to much better service and much higher level of support that patients need.
So we know healthcare is complex, and we know there are more questions than answers. But we've had some good success with not only the complex questions, but some of the solutions. What are you most excited about coming out of Hack Healthcare?
It's actually not the past projects that I'm looking forward to. I'm always looking for new good puzzles to work on. And to me, one of the challenges we're discussing with your colleagues in the neuro team is exactly that. Is how can we leverage entirely new resources outside of the usual pathways to come up with early diagnosis of MS. And the idea to reuse any MRI scan to identify MS at an early stage, it's an excellent idea. It's just that we don't know how to do it. And that's why a hackathon is a good place to look at that idea in depth, is because when we don't know questions ourselves, let's ask more people. And bringing together people who bring very different perspectives, experience from other industries, that's what will likely lead us to an interesting solution that actually might work.
I love that. I love that idea of bringing people together under one roof for a solution that might work. Still unknown, but worth the try.
That's the fun, right? It's not about... Things get very boring if they're very predictable and if they're very clear. You just say, this is the money that needs to be spent, it will be done. That's not interesting. The interesting thing is this genuine puzzle. We just don't know. We know we can find an answer if we try. But getting to it, that's the fun.
Well, Leo, thank you so much for being with me today. Really appreciate the partnership. Thanks so much.
My absolute pleasure, Eva. Thank you so much for having me here. And I look forward to seeing you again at the second edition of Hack Healthcare.